check this out.
Let's get cracking!
Welcome back, everybody, here to your coverage of the D2CL. Second game of our series of Pain vs NoT, and our our first series of the night. We have 2 in total coming your way. We'll get into the next set after this game. For now, though, Pain Gaming up against an NoT team, and not today. But today is actually not their day. Pain Gaming took out game number 1. We go into game number 2 now. So a switcheroony of sides, and we start our draft all over again. So Pain Gaming, the Centaur, and the Viper pickup. So safety in numbers, boys. And also safety and some strength. Through Centaur or Viper, 2 very, very difficult heroes to kill off. But a lot easier once your Death Prophet gets up in level. So if you're able to crack level 11 on the Death Prophet at a decent rate, then the combination with the Faceless Void before the Viper and the Centaur get a little bit too big. Like, I'm talking like having a casual Vit Booster on the Viper, Aghanim Scepter, as well as Mech. That for me is too big for a level 2 Death Prophet Ultimate. Level 3, fine. Centaur, remaining. He's one of those guys too, where if he's walking around with like a pipe as well as having his Blink Dagger 4 staff, then you've also got more problems coming your way. So the easiest answer is try and force the issue a little bit earlier on. You have a Void Chrono. The second he has level 6, put him into a lane to combine it with the Death Prophet and just beat them down. That's the goal. Ow. Just beat the crap out of myself while I'm saying that. The SK can be banned out here by Pain Gaming. It was a nice initiator, but it ended up just being a follow-up initiator most of the time. But it removes at least both the Centaur and the SK from being picked up by NoT today, so there's no double jump-in coming up from NoT. So Pain Gaming, they do have, of course, like Centaur and Viper. They got their own jump in. They're fine for that. Not today though. They got the greatest jumper like, at this point. It's a leap into Chrono. Centaur can probably evade it. Viper will have a little bit more of a harder time. The one thing that not today Pain Gaming is probably banning out against is not today's potential for nukage power inside the Chronosphere. The Death Prophet ulti is nice. Don't get me wrong, but it still takes time before it fully comes into effect.
10 seconds remaining.
So you're going to need something else that allows you to hit into that pit, or into that Chronosphere, remaining. And dish out that damage. That'll be the goal right now.
Reserve time.
Alright, so Pain Gaming. Who's going to be your last ban out? I want to say while everyone's on the live stream, greetings to everyone who's been watching. I actually wasn't. I was expecting to have a quiet, intimate night with maybe 2,000 viewers, where we talk about everything, the mood, the music, and everything else. But we actually had a lot more viewers on the live stream tonight, almost hitting about 9,000 during that last game. So thank you very much to everyone who is tuning in. I hope you're enjoying the coverage. We'll have more games coming your way. We've got another 2-game series and a best of 3 coming your way tonight. Good games. Hopefully some great Dota. We had a bloodbath in our last game. So, I'm looking forward to more fun. So, Pain Gaming, come on. What have we got now? So, we have the SK.
10 seconds.
First ban out. They take out one of the initiators, one of the Teamfight boys. And the Witch Doctor. So, they're taking out the second combo here that works with the Faceless Void. The other one is normally, it's either Skywrath or the Witch Doctor. They can't take out all 3 because Death Prophet's already been picked. But they take out as much as they possibly can from at least a support hero. So if Death Prophet and Void end up in the same lane, then you find yourself with some real problems. And the Shadow Shaman being banned out as well, being picked up as well, means that NoT today is incapable of just forcing the towers down with Mass Serpent Wards and the Death Prophet Ultimate. They could always look down other avenues. You could grab other heroes, like, you can still pick up something like a Rubik. Why did I not think of this hero? He's so much better than a Witch Doctor in this game. Quite good, though. Witch Doctor's quite good with the Paralyzing Cask, with the Centaur running in with a whole bunch of other heroes behind him. But, by having the Rubik pickup, you get your pickup grab on the Centaur and any other heroes that's stampeding in. You get a great steal Centaur. I've said this time and time again on the live stream. You've basically got the ability to steal everything. He's running. after like, he triggers Stampede, he'll blink himself in. It takes time before he can actually cast his Hoof Stomp. So because of that, you then get this instant steal on his ultimate, which allows the rest of your team to disengage, and you've got a 100% steal on the ulti from Viper because he doesn't cast anything else, and the Shadow Shaman. All of the abilities are worth taking. With an Ancient Apparition, he actually synergizes nicely with the AA. As far as the damage inside the pit, it's not as fully there. But what it does give you is the ability to one Void to actually slow everything down, so we can then steal from that. But he's got Telekinesis synergy with the Cold Feet from the Ancient Apparition, even though most AAs decide to really bypass the Cold Feet and go more into the Vortex and Chilling Touch. It's just better presence in the lane early on. But he's got the ability to steal Fade Bolt, so you do have your own sense of burst damage coming into that. So it's not as bad. Alright, Darkseer pickup from Pain Gaming. I have this weird feeling we're looking at a dual offlane. It's a weird feeling, and I blame a team called Lie Gaming for that. Lie Gaming were a team that were trying to run this dual offlane, but they ran Clockwork and Darkseer. The thought about it's kind of still similar. One, you get your control hero, and then you get your double Iron Shell damage. That's kind of what it burns down to. And with the Iron Shell damage, no melee heroes is running a safe lane can really come in close. So with the Darkseer pickup, the Faceless Void, if he comes to bottom lane, he'll be burning through a lot of consumables. So they might consider actually switching him. I'm not going to say to mid lane because he doesn't want to battle up against the Viper. You could switch him to the off lane. Because if Pain Gaming do what's a little bit more standard, they'll run a safe lane Centaur pickup. And then the Darkseer off lane, Viper in the middle, Shadow Shaman's already been selected. It's really meant to be a team fight combination, so the Enigma should be their last selection here. It'll give him good farm inside the jungle and the combo hero to go with the Darkseer. The damage output should still be enough from the Centaur and the Viper to battle up against NoT today. And the Enigma conversions are also adding a lot, not to mention your Midnight Pulse and all of this together. So that'll be where I throw my money.
Dire team ban.
It'll be onto Pain Gaming having that big combination. They ban out the Mirana because that'll be the combination with the Shadow Demon, so it's another counter up against the Centaur because it's just disruption either on the target being initiated or the target's running in. But not exactly what I was searching for because the damage output from NoT today, it just doesn't really seem to be there right now into the team fights.
10 seconds remaining.
Even with the Death Prophet Ultimate, Pain Gaming are the ones with the Wombo combo. So I'm liking that a lot better.
Remaining. Reserve time. 10 seconds remaining.
I ban out the Wraith King instead.
Dire team pick.
unless I feel that's going to be an aggro tri lane, I don't really see Wraith King coming in. When you've also got like SD Disruption, you've got so many different ways to save your teammates here that it really wouldn't pay off to have that. And the SD and AA synergy as well isn't really 100% perfect. That's why I was preferring the Telekinesis instead of having something like a Disruption. Disruption can set up for a Faceless Void to run in, but at the same time, yeah.
5 seconds remaining.
Ember Spirit.
And the Ember Spirit pickup from Pain Gaming.
Radiant
Hey!
team pick.
We do get our dual offlaner, a Darkseer jungle, and a Gyrocopter from NoT today. At least it's someone who can do damage into the team fight, but they picked that up very early up against an Ember Spirit. And right now, NoT today, they're gonna have major problems with their lineup. If that Gyro tries to man-fight the Ember early on, like I'm gonna class early on as like 10 minutes in. You're gonna have a potentially a level 2, level 3 Iron Shell over on the Ember Spirit with his Flame Guard. He is gonna burn the living crap out of the Gyrocopter because you're gonna be maxing up your Searing Chains plus your Flame Guard. Then you go into your Sleight of Fist a little bit later on. But there's a lot of power coming up there from 40R. We have mid-solo Ember Spirit as well. So Ember up against Smash means his Creep Swarm harassment damage is only going to be used to farm up the creep wave. There'll be a Stout Shield to start with, so even the passive damage coming up from the Death Prophet with the early NoT Talismans, not really going to push him over the line to help. And Faceless Void. Well, time walk first, not even waiting to find anything out. He's going to plant the observer water? Okay. It's a very... I always wonder about this kind of observer watering. It watches the room. The rotations, you do see like any movement coming down or around this direction as well. So he'll be watching Ned just walking himself over this direction. But if you put... Okay, and you'll also notice the other observer ward going down. He can't deward it, however, because he's a melee hero. And even if he brings a sentry up there, obviously you're not going to time walk up to the high ground. But if you throw an observer ward up in here, you can still see the rotations coming up in this area and around this area. So there's no way to surprise you from coming up behind, at least. And you can also see up into this area and up into this area. And really both wards, like this one or the one further up, is still very obvious as far as like something you could potentially deward. One is just likely to be dewarded as much as the other. And in this case, there's not even a sentry wall being brought towards the top lane. So you've got an observer ward that can watch out for the runes, but you've also got a blind faceless void on the off lane. And I realize the irony in saying that. And now it's just a battle between the support and the void. But King Red's not going to let this happen too easily. It's a quick shock by Ned. He was coming over from the creep wave, but King Red doesn't want to give up his CS for this. And Ned probably just told him to also just move his ass back to the wave. Keep the control up. Keep the farm coming in for the Viper. It's important for him to get on top. More than anything else in this game, it's important for him just to get that quick farm. Ned will survive. Because Meork's already going to have to burn through a decent amount of consumables to battle this, because Ned's burnt through all of his. Meanwhile, on bottom lane, the Iron Shell down for the Darkseer. And this Gyrocopter and the ST, they're wanting a way in, but with this combination, there's a fresh Iron Shell available here for the Darkseer. He's going to throw it onto Baja. He'll stomp into Mystica. He's even going to surge him in. The disruption will be there. Now with the Chilling Touch, the bonus damage to Clot's quite nice. Baja, Hoof Stomp keeps Masoku away. The Clots, there's too much damage against him. They turn the flat cannon, that's first blood. Or is it? No! Really thought that was in range. The Iron Shell's burning him down. The first blood's going to go. It goes the way of all people, the Pain Gaming lineup. The aggressive dual lane. The Iron Shells kept burning them out, and they had two heroes that came in point-blank range to keep attacking. Baja will return to the lane. They're both almost level 3. Looking for the Hoof Stomp with the Iron Shell damage. Rocket Barrage, Baja doesn't care. Double Edge, well, okay, now you should care, man. Stick charges. We'll keep him up. Masoku's forced back a little bit. He's got one tango left. He's going to give one last Chilling Touch over. Meanwhile, the Ember Spirit getting solo kills in the mid lane. That's a 2-2 up against the Death Prophet, who seems to have died right here. So she came up very aggressively up against that Ember. And Ember could just punish that so easily. It's a level 3 Death Prophet. It's probably only level 3 Ember Spirit when he took the fight. He's a little bit into level 4. Potentially. Could have been another way. My math for experienced game, not that great. It's the reason why I read Nahaza stuff. He's the one that does the hard math for me, so I can understand it.
Denial.
So, King Red back to his farming up on top lane. 12-6 up against the 5-0. No surprise there. Mihawk getting zoned out as the Faceless Void. He just needs to find levels, though. That's his primary goal. Shutting down the farm of Viper would be wonderful, but doesn't really help. They can't need to make sure this Jari gets more than what he does. Like, it's 12 for 1. And they're committing 2 support heroes to make sure they can get it. I know you're going up against the Darkseer, which does not make life any easier. But at the same time, you need to be able to... the Darkseer gets farmed. The Centaur gets nothing, but he gets experience. And he's that follow-up initiation for Klotz. Without the Centaur, he can't get the kill. The 2-point Iron Shell and the 1-point Surge, it's all that Centaur needs to breach the distance or force out a Shadow Demon Disruption. Now, if the Centaur, if the Gyro comes out, try and battle up against that, the Iron Shell's still burning down most of the creep wave. So the Rocket Barrage, while it probably will... Actually, no, it won't even affect the Centaur fully, because even the Iron Shell damage... Are we going again, 40R? They'll both have to use their bottle charges. But in 10 seconds time, a rune's going to spawn anyway. And we'll see who wins that run for it. 40R currently is probably a little bit more concerned about the creep wave. So a smoke movement. The rune will be up on top, and it'll be a DD rune. And they're already making the run for it. And yeah, 40R makes the right choice. He's got to stay here in the mid lane. There's too much experience for him to ignore. But Klotz and Baja, they've moved all the way up. They Iron Shield up, searching for an opening. Smash staying rather close to the front lines. And now they're going to surge in the Centaur. The Iron Shield damage to the creep wave is a rather big indicator, but he's in range with the Hoof Stomp. He'll get it with the double edge. There's Chilling Touch bonus damage, but Baja, too much damage from the tower. Needs to chain it off, and it won't be fast enough. The stick shot just won't keep him alive this time around. So AA gets a nice burst of levels. But again, the Death Prophet goes down while Faceless Void leaps himself away from a rather heavy attack from King Red as well as Ned. So again, just being forced out of the lanes. While on bottom lane, you've got Gyrocopter and SD trying to make the most out of the absence of these two off-laners, attacking into the tier 1 tower as quickly as possible. So,
Dire's middle tower.
I'll still keep this pressure up on bottom lane. Baja. Creep wave will be dragged back a little bit, and this is going to give him some nice experience by himself without having to have the Darkseer there, because Darkseer can do, in fact, this. Jungle farming. Doesn't really have a lot of life points to survive up against such a wave. But if they can drain it out and they have the extra damage coming from Shock, Ned doesn't want to have to keep using this, however, because he's already low on mana as it is. And spending money on regeneration, he just brings Observer Wards in instead. The Iron Shell fresh one's up. So some good power leveling from both the Shadow Shaman as well as the Darkseer. That'll give him his full Soul Ring as well. The pings are coming out to go for Baja. The Rocket's already on the way. The SD Disruption and Cold Feet. They're able to get the timing right for this one, which means the Cold Feet will be able to latch on Baja. It's getting caught halfway up in the air. I was always just a little bit skeptical about that Cold Feet and Ned? Nope.
Dire's bottom
Even if he
tower
did
is
go
under
for the
attack.
Shackle, it wouldn't be good enough.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Yeah, maybe you have to rethink the timing on that one, because the Disruption, if the Banish duration's 2.5, and the Cold Feet duration, like, you're still going to have, like, the Stun duration's 1.25, but it's after 4 seconds. So if you do go into Cold Feet and then into a Disruption, you'll be able to hit every single time. So yeah, actually the timing's quite good. Oh, look at this from Ned. So smart. They're trying to get Mihawk to leap himself away. Mihawk's watching this pretty closely because he still has the creep wave on the lane. So we can make the right choice, but just hidden the nook and cranny. King Red's definitely searching every single area for him. Now Mihawk shows himself in the lane. But they're hoping it leaped himself out so they can go into a Shackle. I don't think the Viper would have got there in time to then continue the DPS in, though. Oh, TP's down to the bottom lane. Baja, 40R, Klotz. They're all coming in. There's a smoke gank time for these boys. So they group up and come, even one of them bringing in that extra ring for him. But they did all of this underneath the Radiant Observer Wall, which is already behind the tower. This is what NoT were planting when they're going for the aggressive movements. And the Iron Shield damage again hitting into the creep waves even gives them a position
Dire's
time.
middle tower is under attack.
They know how far NoT have come down. So there'll be no kill to come up from this movement. It's a lot of time being wasted, especially from that mid-solo. This is not what they want to have happen. It's now King Red and Ned. I'll bring that creep wave back up again. He's trying to drag the dire wave down. He actually managed to get at least 2 of the melee creeps off, considering the full radiant creep wave is there. Mihawk will not allow this.
Dire's
But it
middle
did actually
tower
force
is
a
under
stack
attack.
over on the sides. There's Wild Wings as well as the Centaurs there. And he drags the creep wave back again. Mihawk's working hard to try and control this. Having a rough time doing so. While Viper just soaks up all of the experience up on top lane, as much of the farm as he possibly can. And it's a full mech already on the way out to him. So we have an 8.5 minute mech. While Searing Chain attack into the Death Prophet. She has level 7, but doesn't help you from an Ember Spirit. However, Ember Spirit losing too many life points, and that's why he has to leap himself out. The tower attack will follow. All the way to boom. Waste a bottle charge, but he'll come back to that spirit again in a moment. As he picks up a full ring of Basilius as well as 2 TP scrolls. Drop an Ironwood Branch if he wants to hold on to that, however. Which he does. Well, the Gyro's waiting to defend the bottom lane. Cooldowns available, but he's been completely forced off this lane. His CS isn't that bad because of that, though. He's still 46 for 3. So the CS ain't too shabby. And he's the 3rd highest net worth on the field. The beautiful thing about having 1 kill and no deaths to your name. And the extra assist, of course. But Bar's just now going to do the creep skipping. Careful leaving your Tranquil Boots on the ground like that. There's a lot more TP support in the way. So they bring the Gyro. Actually, he TP's out to the tier 2 tower. That's him just leaving his own lane behind. 40R puts just a spirit up on the high ground. Jumps up. Time for another bottle charge. Also with that rotation move, Mihawk's will be a little bit more careful about that. And where is he going? He's just going to spirit through the trees and TP back out to safety again. Well, the Mass Serpent Wars are down from Ned.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Only saved one. Ember Spirit did one thing, kept a lot of attention towards that mid lane. Allowing this push up on top, the Ice Blast is going to connect. But the Mass Serpent Wars doing most of the job. The fortification's already gone. But he's losing Mass Serpent Wards here. And now, Void jumps in. Got the Chrono over on the Shadow Shaman and Viper. Well, he's stuck. All he can do is bring down the tower. Will trigger the Meg, but the Shaman's already gone down. The Mass Serpent Wars, he's still trying to fight underneath it. He's got Viper Strike available. Will TP out. Time Lock. Is there a chance for it? There's enough damage anyway from the Death Prophet. Able to get the Crypt Swarm off. That'll allow it to fort up Drums while on the bottom lane. Disruption. Then going to go on to the top of that Centaur. Trying to reach the Gyro Cut, but cannot get there. The cooldown's throwing up. The Ice Blast in. And NoT. This is the kind of start which we had in game number 1. NoT looking very, very good. They go 7-3. The advantage which was starting to go the way of Pain will skyrocket back up with just a couple of, I don't want to say feeds, but advantages going the other way. Now the Ember's going to come in. And he disrupted up rather quickly, so no real involvement here. Spirit is down though. He actually will get there in time. And the maneuverability of Ember is not to be underestimated. Smash is now going to try and force out the mid tower. Now, middle lane, they're coming in. Viper Strike trying to slow down Smash. Will be successful. That ultimate, though, it's going to wear off in about 5 seconds' time. The Mass Serpent Walls will go down. Smash needs his Exorcism to end to get his life points back in. However, that Exorcism is actually doing some significant damage to Pain, who put a lot of commitment into killing off that mid lane. But they were unable to get it, and then Smash just heals straight back up again. That one little goal. Find your home goal. Couldn't find a pathing around the tree line. Bottom lane, Dark's here. Just the quick stun up. And now the wall. Damage dropping him low. Darkseer will just trigger the stick charges in case the Cold Snap did manage to latch him.
Double damage.
With that Darkseer early wall up, is hoping just the early initial damage of the Darkseer wall will get the kill. But it wasn't enough. So Jarek got to back it all the way back into base.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So King Red. The Ice Blast is coming in. It's going to go pretty heavily into the Viper. He's got to be careful now with no regeneration. With the Crypt Swarm. Kill will go the way of the Death Prophet. It will be a trade-off, however. But there's going to be looking for more trade-offs. The SD. He doesn't want to disrupt him. Ah! Sorry, he didn't want to do that. So the Rocket still needed to connect over onto that Ember Spirit to get the stun. And now he's going to purge, run away, the call down, in with a flag cannon. But you've always got a defensive spirit there as an Ember Spirit. Well, you should always do so. And Klotz just runs in. Mystico overstayed his welcome. Vacked back into the kill. The Ember Spirit Slider Fist will be the one to get the final hit in. And he'll just TP out, regenerate up, and then jump back out to that Spirit again. So let's go bouncy bouncy. Straight back into mid. And the Ancient Apparition, in the meantime, killing off Shadow Shaman. That Ice Blast can do some serious work, especially when you get the Aghanims upgrade, which has already started now. Middle lane, the Iron Shell. There's that burn damage again into Smash. The silence coming off from him with a rocket on the back of Klotz. He's got Surge away in 2 seconds' time. And the rocket's actually going in the other direction. Crypt Swarm, 1 second. That's enough damage. It just doesn't reach him. Flag Cannon, attack the creep wave and move up. Not going to happen. They turn over to 40R. And right now, NoT are hunting kills instead of the towers. But it works when you bring out the Ember Spirit. Cooldown was committed and Smash's ultimate will finish the job. In fact, he's bringing the ultimate over to not only kill off the tower, but to come and kill over Ned in the tree line. As the Faceless Void attacks on him, leap up, Chrono's available. He needs some extra space, however. The Darkseer wall will drop, but Klotz, the end of that exorcism, the Centauraldi will get him away. The ghouls are right behind him. He's able to juke it around in the tree line and get away to safety. But again, the tower still going down. And the big kills going the way with the Ember Spirit in the sidelines. There's still no Blink Dagger over on that Centaur, so the initiation's not available. The Ember's got some good farm on him. Can pick up his Claymore right now.
Bottom tower is under attack.
But that Battle Fury won't be at a very fast rate. And the support's getting bigger and bigger for NoT. The SD, not as much. He's at least found level 8, which is nice for him. He's going to find some farm now in the bottom lane. Well, until the Ice Blast takes most of it. Well, at least he'll give him some levels. But the Ancient Apparition's getting on his way towards that Aghanim Scepter. And then this early mech won't really do much for you. And these heroes from Pain are meant to get in close and dish out a lot of deeps.
Has been denied.
If they get hit by that Ice Blast, they can't really do such a thing up against a lineup like NoT has. Especially when you try and then find like a straight kill over on Smash. This guy's trying to find as much farm out of this wave as possible. If he gets every single last hit, he'll have himself... in fact, he doesn't... Yeah, he gets it with the Crypt Swarm. Didn't even need the Catapult as well. But the Eul Scepter done. He just needed enough money to finish up the Void Stone. That was all that was left when it came up. Now a Helm with a Dominator in for the Gyrocopter. I kind of like to subscribe to the silent way of building the Gyro, which is getting the early Yasha. The Ring of Aquila and Face, which I'm still fine with, but the early Yasha is big. Now, Ember Spirit, there's no seal on him. The cooldown's going to connect. The Cold Feet as well. With that Spirit, he's able to jump himself out of range of it. The effect range, of course. But they don't have enough lockdown control through that chrono time. The Ice Blast was flying in, but it came a little too late. And now Death Prophet, well, she took out another tower while all that was going on. So top tower belongs to her. Darkseer going for a classic item. Now that's going to be a Vanguard for him. Mystico, trouble. Shackle's over on him. The Viper's going to come in as well. Actually, let's off with an aggressive disruption. Defensive would have wasted a little bit more time. And Smash, he just wants to get out of here. The Centaur, still no Blink Dagger, short by 50 gold. So they don't have that jump and initiation yet, Pain. When they do have it, then things should change out a hell of a lot. And I'm still liking Pain's lineup as far as split push power goes. Teamfight power-wise, NoT has them like hands down. Even going up against the Darkseer and Ember Spirit, Shadow Shaman vibe, but yeah, all these things together. I'm still liking the Chrono, the Cooldown, as well as the Death Prophet combination. Especially with Death Prophet having good levels, already up at level 12. So you had a silence into towards that mix too. So that combination from Pain is a little bit more difficult to get off. You got a couple of interrupting abilities. The Smash is still able to stand his ground up against DDR. And he knows it too, just doesn't really fear the Ember Spirit attacking him directly. The regeneration's not great for the Death Prophet because it's not running like a Bloodstone Death Prophet. So she doesn't say, oh, just regenerate it up anyway. It looks like we're going to go into a Shiva's Guard as well. But the Eul's step to regenerate some mana, which allows her to spam a lot more. And also have that safety in case someone does jump like this. The first use of the Blink Dagger now coming out from the Centaur, and then one to be successful. Smash the primary target. Ned's going to be right behind him. Shock and Shackle. Eul set her up though on the Disabler. So into the tree line. Drum charge is available. The Ice Blast on the way in. Baja going to get caught by that one. Silences on Ned, so he cannot Ether Shock him down. And Baja really trapped in a corner. He got purged up and Ice Blasted. He'll have to run down a little bit further. There's one more wave of Shadow Poison available. Actually, he had 3 of them because he has enough mana for that. But they don't find him in the tree line. But Death Prophet escapes the first use of the Blink Dagger. And it does not work for them. It looks like our next game as well. I did get notice of this one. The next game's going to be over on the new patch. So we'll get to see it in action. With the new teams playing it in just a couple of moments' time. Now Baja and Ned forced out, leap up, Chrono catches 2. The Ice Blast hits on Baja, so he'll shatter here, which means then they move over to Ned. This is that control power coming up. And Ned will shatter.
Upon my life.
More sprees to be ended with the gyrocopter, in fact, dying. Ember Spirit catching him out. There's that Iron Shell as well as Flame Guard again. And then in towards the middle lane. Smash. Yule Scepter up in towards the air. Clots. One Crypt Swarm not in there in time. Even then, it wouldn't have been enough damage. He got the magic one chances off in time. So 2 calls for Recall and a support. But more and more money coming into this Ember Spirit who has the Perseverance to Claymore. So the Battle Fury is back on track. With a 6-1 Ember Spirit. No surprise there. And they'll look to force the issue a little bit more now. The Shadow Demon to hold the line. An Ember Spirit. What do you really want to do here? You don't want to stand too close towards the mass poison spam. Then again, there's no mana left for the Shadow Demon, so you just waited out for the Gyrocopter to arrive. While up on top lane, the Ancient Apparition getting given some space. 700 gold, but there's just a quick couple of pings out saying, you know, just be careful. The Darkseer might be showing himself on the bottom lane, but all the other lanes are currently, well, unrevealed. As Ned's hovering himself around. There you go. 40R showing himself on the Observer Ward. But it's Baja and King Red are coming in. So Hoof Stomp, Masoku, still 500 gold short of the Aghanim Scepter, but they knew the Viper Strike would kill him off. He got the Ice Blast and Smash. That movement speed from him. He doesn't get in range for the Crypt Swarm. Try to chase him down. It's never going to get there in time.
Rune of double damage.
And now Ember. Action Rune is up. Sleight of Fist. Didn't get the Searing Chain off, however. Didn't actually trigger it. And Void tries to go for the counter kill. That Troll Trap holding him there. That's the Helm of the Dominator Creep, which belongs to the Gyrocopter. So not only do they manage to avert getting killed off by the double damage rune of the Ember Spirit, they're also capable of getting the return kill into him. And now Roshan will take a fall. Well, what's really the trade-off? The Ice Blast? It's a little bit off to the side. Really? Really? Roshan goes the way of pain. Push coming out from Smash with his ultimate in towards that mid tower. They got a higher speed Shadow Shaman trying to catch him out, but Smash already TPing himself away to safety. The fortification was triggered, so there's no way he's going to bring down that tower, even if he did stick around. So he used the remainder of his ultimate to just push the top lane a little bit. And nothing else. The Gyro's pushing at the bottom lane. Went straight into the Monkey King bar. So just increasing the damage output for himself. And just raw damage as well with an MKB. So no mana style, nothing like this. No casual Yasha for high movement speed and damage. And the other way around. And there's our Aghanim Scepter coming up for King Red. So Viper with the Aghanim's ulti up and running. Some nice stats coming his way too. Still really lacking on mana regeneration with no Arcane Boots coming up from the rest of his teammates. It does not help his cause. Doesn't really seem like he has to use a lot of mana, but with an Aghanim Scepter now up, we're spamming a little bit more of that Viper Strike. So here they come. And NoT to run up that middle lane. And then loop themselves around. There's a lot of heroes showing themselves in mid, but where are they going? They're heading up north? They're going to find Baja. In fact, Jara will find him, but Baja's still got a Blink Dagger, so send that rocket out. Io, wait. The rocket's coming. They do find another hero. Yule Scepter up. It's going to be the Aghanim's King Red. Silence up to start with. They want the Cold Feet to latch, then into the Rocket Barrage. They're still out of range of him. They have to purge to get the kill on King Red. And all they got was the Aegis Immortal. The Ice Blast is going a little bit deeper towards 40R, but the call down right on top of the Viper. He's already triggered up the Meg Charge. Won't survive defensive disruption. Trying to buy some space here for Meor, but just allows Baja to set up. Couldn't find the right one straight away. And now Double Edge is even backtracked by the Faceless Void. So minimal damage. Smash comes in. He'll bring down the Shadow Shaman. And that's a fresh ulti. Chrono is available. The he's gonna burn the Searing Chains. Rather problematic for a Faceless Void trying to beat in and steal some life points back out of the Ember Spirit. So ends up just wafting the Void Chrono. And that effectively, if they managed to kill off the Ember Spirit then, and the Death Prophet should have just hung around a little bit longer with their ultimate and brought down that tier 2 tower. In fact, I'm surprised they didn't do it anyway. Because if they did, that Death Prophet ulti would have been in range. Now, Yule Scepter up. Silence coming off cooldown. The Darkseid wall's going to be dropped. And he's already on the run. Crypt Swarm's off cooldown. We'll throw it uppercuts right at the tanky with that Hood of Defiance on him. And they're going to back up as quickly as they can. No ultimate available here from Masoku. And there it is. Center ulti. Just bail out, boys. Bail out. There's the first pair of Arcane Brews finally coming up now for Ned. Can share the love with his teammates. While Ember Spirit won't be enjoying that regeneration rune. Silence and then Spirit's up. The regeneration rune will go into the bottle there of Smash. So, Ice Blast heading up towards the north. That's only gonna stop the creep wave. Very much off target. Even if you're gonna get the creep wave, you would have put it a little bit further down in the lane as opposed to up. Shiva's Guard for Smash. How close is he to getting that whole thing? Very close. This camp, and he's got his 2700 gold for the Mystic Staff. Pain Gaming team fights, it's still very difficult, no matter if they have the Shiva's Guard or not. It just gets a little bit more difficult. And this is a time when NOT should look to try and force that kind of stuff. Not completely, they still want to get a pick up before they try and fight it. But you're going to have an Aghanim Scepter flying out from the, Aghanim's ulti level 2 coming out from Masoku. So with that, they do have a big advantage. And he's on the other side of the map too. So throwing this in towards the middle lane in preparation for Pain to come. Yeah, they're already making their way over. The Exorcism's done most of the work. Now Slider Fist steering Chain Smash kept in range of the tower, but the tower's already gone down. Gyrocopter takes the last hit from the Ice Blast. Gonna connect on Baja as well as King Red. There goes your Blink Dagger. They've already got the kill over from the Shadow Shaman. Mystico is gonna get Viper Striked up and then just TP out. He'll die back at base even if he could TP himself away to safety then. But they need that flag cannon damage to connect in the pipe. Try and protect King Red with the Darkseid wall. It's not going to be enough. Io just stands his ground. Attacking in the clutch with the rocket behind the Chronos. Holding on to 4DR. So Ember Spirit, no jump away from him. And these Mass Serpent Wards not doing anywhere near enough work for Pain Gaming. So the tower will go down to 3-for-1 trade-off. That AA ulti was in the perfect position. Absolutely perfect. Masoku on the opposite side of the map and probably the most influential hero during that engagement. And because of this now, Pain Gaming getting backed further into the corner. They're behind by 1 tower. And the net worth is really starting to skyrocket up for NOT. The experience also going up and up and up. And the fresh BKB now over on the Faceless Void. They got survivability with that Mask of Madness. So, no more controlling him inside of his own chrono. Ned, observers and sentries waiting for this one. There's a lot more TPs coming down to that bottom lane now. They realize how many people are up on top. I say a lot more, it's just the Viper at this point coming down. So, Gyrocopter having some fun inside the jungle. Up to 2.5k gold now with his BKB. Interested to see what he builds into next. If he's looking for more damage output, if he's looking for survivability. Finish up the Satanic, perhaps. There's still that ability to go Mana Star, but we're now hitting 27 minutes into the game where you probably won't even think the Mana Star is going to be a great item right now. The Ice Blast flying up. And poor Ned. It's a fly over the top of him. Once it gets set. In fact, it's going all the way down the bottom lane. If he can just bait him in a little bit further, the Ice Blast could have connected on the Viper. I'm not going to say the Gyro is going to win that fight. Up on top lane, it's a fight they want to win. Over on the Ember Spirit, keeping him silenced up and the attack in. They can come further over as well. Crypt swarming into the tree line. The Shiva's Guard recipes flying on that Courier Smash. The Shackles, the ward's actually locking in Baja. Now Mihawk makes his jump in. Got a time lock over on Ned, but it was enough and Baja runs out. Defensive Disruption means the Hoof Stomp is actually still on cooldown, looking for the double edge. Mihawk hoping to backtrack it up a little bit. And the Cold Feet lands over on Baja and the Gyrocopter comes into the fight. It's already picked up off the Shadow Shaman. And looking for a little bit more. King Red's going to be that little bit more. Rocket Barrage in, the Ice Blast as well. Connects, not on Baja, just over on King Red. but it's enough for Mihawk to finish the job. And he wants to leap up and get this one, slowing down Baja. First hit time lock. The attempted turn to go onto the double edge would have just spelt, well, it would have been the death of each other. It would have been a denial because the Ice Blast wasn't on top of him. The way from Ahsoka to farm up wards from the cover of trees. Because he did that, it revealed the fact the observer ward was there. He could see the ward, but the ward couldn't see him. So our battle continues. The battle fury up for 40R. And Masoku just chilling again. 1700 gold now over on this ancient apparition. Casual 4-star to come up later. Casual 2.1k gold in the SD. That should be for a Blink Dagger initiation. He may consider 4-star of his own. AA, why are you so low? TB out now. And the SD. Well, do you buy your Blink Dagger? You got 2.3k gold. You're dying anyway. Doesn't spend his cash. If he buys a Blink Dagger, then I'd be like, why? Why not before? Alright, so we get ourselves a short Roshan spawn timer. Ice Blast is now being used to do split put. I think he didn't throw that just so Smash could get all the last hits. That'll be my assumption right there. He threw it out and Smash was like, don't you take it! Don't you dare! So Smash gets the money. Centaur's on his way to a Blade Mail. In fact, will now complete his Blade Mail. So looking for some kind of way to hit back into that Death Prophet, but Smash will pretty shortly have his own BKB up and running. Also going to find a nice little regeneration, find if he looks. Regeneration route. So he's building a heart. Alright, so maybe not as great. Well, the face is always still fine with this, as long as it doesn't get stunned on the initiation. Blink, Hoof Stomp, nope. Turns, Chrono, the BKB is up, so even if he's Viper Strike, he won't really care. He'll attack into King Red, the support's in the way. He sees a good couple of lucky time locks. The time walk will slow down King Red, and he gets both of them now. In for the Shiva's guards, the double slow, the TP away, the rocket. They have to use the Yule Scepter. Potentially, he could have actually TP'd himself out in time before the rocket connected. So it's just more safe than sorry. Mr. Coat, just walk a little bit further north. No one's looked at the rune yet. No one's looked at the rune yet. We're also going to have probably a delay starting into our next game of the night, mainly because with the update coming out, all the Peruvians have to update. It's going to take some time. I'll also have to update at the conclusion of this game. Thank you, Volvo. Tier 2 town are going to be pressured. That ultimate's already up for Smash with the wall or not. The Mass Serpent Wars will go down. Smash will just cut his way free with the phase boots and just walk out. The Ollie's still doing some work. The first kill went the way of NoT. Defensive disruption buys time for the ancient apparition, but he's already dead. Trying to try to TP out. Turn an ulti, man. Just turn an ulti. It looked like it was off cooldown again. Ned, too much damage. Crypt Swarm and that ulti from Smash. That Reaver's letting him stay alive. Then to the Shiva's guard, and he got the Exorcism back here at the right time. He's going to man mode up against Baja. The amount of damage he dishes out is quite high. There's still support here from the Ember Spirit. Silence over on Baja, so even if he wants to blink into Hoof Stomp, he can't do it straight away. Delayed, and they don't get him in time. The Viper Strike will go, but Death Prophet has enough life points that she'll survive this. Mystico, however, won't be as lucky. Courier wants to bring in the Blink Dagger. Defensive disruption. He can't blink away. They got the Hoof Stomp in time. The 29 to 20. Give these games one thing, they've definitely been bloodbaths so far. We got an Eagle song now over on the Courier Point Booster. Vitality. That's your heart. That's your heart. That's your your heart. Your Point Booster with a Void Stone. So Mihawk. Hang on. Wait, what? Oh, it's just his Aghanim Scepter. What am I talking about? I was like, what the hell is he building into? I realized, Faceless Void, he's already got himself a Blade of Alacrity. I'm like, yep. So he's going to go into an Aghanim Scepter as his first item, the full Butterfly. Done for the Gyrocopter flying out on him right now. So he keeps going with the damage output. And no one over on Pain apart from the Vipe would ever build into a Monkey King bar. And right now, Vipe is just trying to find stability by buying himself a heart. So it's all taking some time. So, Roshan is getting battled up for the moment. I'll smash now, trigger his ulti, Klotz. Get silenced. The observer board a little bit further up revealed the fact that he was going to be in there at some point. And the Shiva's guys, a quick sleight of fist in there, but Roshan's already dead.
Roshan has fallen to the ring.
And the Rocket's going on a chase. Well, the Aegis team all in the hands of the Gyrocopter. I feel pretty confident to battle. Does anybody want to attack the Rocket? 40R will just take the hit. Smash looking very confident down this bottom lane. Another 82 seconds before you feel as confident, aka his ultimate's now wearing off. But the rest of his team is still very capable of fighting. It just doesn't have the full effect. So, Yule Scepter up. Tried to go for the quick silence, but Ember even quicker away to that spirit. What we got coming on the Curry now? Yule Scepter for the Ancient Apparition. Nice little combo for himself. Smash dead. He's got a lot of life points here. But I don't know if it's going to be enough with the Ice Blast. Defensive Disruption. Mystico got there in time. And the Corona will catch up the two heroes. The wards were still down, as not to mention the Darkseer Iron Shells. There's a double kill in for the Faceless Void. Looking for more up onto the high ground up against King Red. There's one behind him to the Centaur. Deciding to come back and still fight around these mass Serp wards. The cooldown going to lock him in the corner. There's still a Yule Scepter off cooldown, 3 seconds time. Darkseer coming a long way up. And Io, he needs some help here. SD, the disruption's not available. He'll lose the Aegis, the Immortal. Ice Blast, 5 seconds away. Pain have got to be careful about overcommitting here. The Chilling Touch. King Red's coming up. Masoku, he's using his mana to TP out. Now he can start. Throw the Ice Blast instantly. It needs to get to this bottom lane right now to give the extra help. In fact, it's going back to base. The better choice. Because if he threw it out to the lane, they're not backing up. In fact, they're surging in to try and go for the Gyrocopter, but Face's Voice standing his ground. The Courier's, in fact, even bringing in extra items in the middle of that. The Shiva's Guard arriving for the Darkseer. Mihawk will leap himself away. They have no stuns available, already used the vac. So he will be away to safety, but the Jara will die twice. Through the Aegis, as well as through basic death. So, Ancient Apparition. Cold Feet, Yule Scepter. It's a simple combination. The Spirit down, but doesn't get him out of range of that. So you may as well still Ice Blast him. And now, well, you got Purge as well. Catcher, everything you've got. But the Flame Guard protected him a lot, but he does take a lot of damage, however. While in the middle lane, they've jumped in and they've found King Red. Smash will trigger the ultimate, and the creep wave's already up far enough. They can push to the tier 3 tower in the mid, while up on top lane, well, Masoku's trying to get himself away. The Yule Scepter to put himself some space. Blink, 2, 1, Spirit's down. DDR, 40R's use a lot of that. And you've already got Smash up on the high ground. The ulti goes out and Klotz, he's trapped here inside the Chrono. Smash trying to reduce the range. Yule Scepter's up the Centaur. There's no follow-up damage in for this Mihawk. Finally gets himself a time lock. And Klotz, alive, 90 life points. He went out to 86 at one point. The leap back in again. Badsha with his blade mail trying to be protected. Smash's ulti has worn off. They have to back up, but they can't. The Ember Spirit with waiting arms. Mihawk needs to backtrack more. The Hex will go on Smash, cancelling his TP out with Hoof Stomp again. He's looking for one Crypt Swarm, but with Badsha having that blade mail up, well, it's almost a guaranteed death anyway, but the Darkseer's Iron Shell and Fist Bump does the work. 34 to 26. Pain, they do not lose racks. And they've got a lot of time on the sidelines for this NOT lineup. The only one with buyback is the Gyrocopter. So they do actually have 65 seconds until not back at full strength. They should come back to life again with their ultimates up and running. The Ice Blast will slow them up, but the pipe's already down for exactly this reason. Keeping the creep wave alive so they can reach the tier 2 tower. Klotz is very, very tanky. They're going to use Cold Feed him up. He can't surge himself away, so instead he just triggers the Shiva's Guard, trying to keep that Gyrocopter away. Now he can surge himself out of the cooldown, at least with the second drop. The Rocket will be on his tail, but at least the Shatter effect is over. And you got Sleight of Fist, Searing Chain. Masoku's going to burn out from this. He Cold Feet's up. That was, Invis Room. There you go, shock from Ned. But the BKB, this is a low duration, yeah? It's a 7-second duration one. Sleight of Fist, Searing Chain available here again for 40R, and they want the Gyro. They want him dead. Even if they can force the buyback. Centaur, Darkseer, back in. He was a little bit late to the party. Now the Chrono triggered off by Mihawk. His damage output is Like, literally. It's just blowing on the heroes and dishing out that much damage. Now, the tier 2 tower, there's TPs coming in. Baja trying to get the perfect hoof stomp time, and they do actually end up cancelling the TP. Need the creep wave to arrive so the backdoor regeneration stops kicking in. But there goes your tower. And Pain Gaming will now retreat themselves away. It's like bottom lane, the pressure's coming in from King Red. We have 40R. Now with a Chrysalis recipe being purchased. And very close to actually buying up the Demon Edge to go along with it. Currently the courier seems to be a little bit busy. He's going to just TB himself back to base, pick it up anyway. And then straight back down the bottom lane, just an extra couple of bottle charges, he's good to go. And I'll try and push this tier 2 tower. Where those BTs from the Darks here bringing him straight to the engagement. Pain trying to capitalize on the small momentum they were able to achieve. They're still be careful, the buybacks are available for the center as well as the Dark, as well as the Ember Spirit. But they're still fighting from one side of the map to the other with that. Where NoT, they're going to buy back on just a gyrocopter, and that's a lot more effective because they'll be fighting inside their own base. With a smoke from NET as well as 40R, that was very visible underneath the Observer Ward. Not 100% certain what they're trying to achieve with this. Go pick up your Demon Edge, Ember. Actually, putting his buyback on cooldown may be the worst thing. No, don't pick up your Demon Edge, Ember. And Pain are getting back into position to defend. While on bottom lane, the tower dropping very, very low. In fact, they're going to lose their tower right now. All Pain have to do is just stop these TPs out. Ned dies very quickly, but the tier 3 tower is still going to go down this bot lane. No matter how fast they push, Pain doesn't have fortification available. The tower goes down, and now Klotz attacking into the range racks. The fight's still going on over in Pain's base. Defensive disruption on Smash. The exorcism will now be triggered off, and that'll kill off Baja rather quickly. But there's buybacks available here from Pain, and the bottom ranks is still dying. King Red will go down. They may as well buy the people back. The bottom ranks is toast. Klotz is doing this solo right now, and not. I don't know if they just haven't realized this, or they're accepting the trade. They're coming in deeper. But this Darkseer is now going to finally TP out, and we have a trade-off. The trade works the way of NoT, even though like it's a mid lane for a side lane, which is never really a great thing. Why it works their way is because they still got kills and buybacks. That's what helps them out more than anything else. What could punish them is if Pain now get a nice momentum up on the top lane, they get through that tier 2 tower, then it's NoT who's having to fight from one side of the map to the other, as opposed to Pain, which can still just keep with that mid. So they try and get both the creep waves locked into this line as well into this line. If they can do that, then it's easy rotations between the top and the mid. Gyrocopter. We go for Rapier build for the Gyrocopter. This is some ballsy stuff. The Observer Ward's going to scout this out, however. So, can they see it? Yeah, they pinged it. They pinged it. They pinged it. There's a Rapier over on that Gyrocopter. He smoked up and thought this would be a nice little, you'll never see this coming kind of moment. Look at his damage with a chilling touch. Not too shabby for a gyro. It's been a while. It has been a while since we've had a gyro Rapier. And now Pain try and set their own trap. Waiting for the push to come up on the bot lane. Smash be the first one to reveal himself. Fourth stomp, double edge. The Yule Scepter sending the Emperor up towards the Emperor. The Mass Serpent was down. Mihawk searching for a target to ulti, but he can't do it. Smash. Phase boots away. But a Yule Scepter now over on the Darkseer with the cold feet onto him. Means the Klotz to be latched here. And the Sleight of Fist damage up from 40R with the Deadless. Dropping him low. The Gyro is still be careful with this Rapier. Mihawk jumps up again. He wants the kill on Klotz, and he will commit the Chrono. Luckily enough not to catch any of his heroes, which are right on the edge of that Chrono. The Viper Strike will be thrown at Klotz. He does go down. Baja catching Smash in the tree lines, but Baja, the Blade Melt won't help him out here. Smash just goes up, and there's your Crypt Swarm. Some good DPS coming out. Where is this Gyro? He's backing up a little bit further. There's now Pain starting to gain some momentum with the Death Prophet going down. They're still battling up against the bigger creeps because they're trying to force this on the bottom lane. So it's the Super Size Me creeps there, and the Emperor's coming down looking for some kind of kill. Into the corner. Mihawk leaps away. TP, does he have a guess? He tried. He tried the Sleight of Fist Searing Chain. The Sleight of Fist is actually too short, or else he would have in fact jumped on the attack. Now TP in towards middle lane and defend this. And now we start to see the split push power of the Ember Spirit too. Or at least the defense power. Having both the Battle Fury as well as the Daedalus lets him clean up the creep waves quite quickly. And then he can just jump back to a Spirit which is left inside the lane. And the BTs let him do most of that work. The only problem he's going to have is just going to be base regeneration. Another way around that is just having an Aegis the Immortal. So they're going to battle now into the pit. Just also appreciate this, boys. It's the last time he'll be here. Roshan, coming to a new home near you. And we'll see just how effective that new home will be. The Hex is up. This will be Roshan now with Aegis and Cheese. The Ice Blast is on the way. It's going to be too late to get any kind of major hit. The Aegis picked up by the Ember Spirit. No one's low enough they'll actually get any kind of kill from that. And the Cheese ended up... Wait, what? The Cheese is there! Boys! Boys! Cheese! In the pit! In the pit! Around the Mass Serpent Wards! That was... Is somebody gonna ping it? It's there. It's there. It's right there. And you can see it. And what is he doing to dance around? It's a ceremonial cheese dance. Done by the best serpents near you. There's no way NOT will know about this. They can't know about this unless they just walk inside the pit. So the only way they'll know about it is if they go in and Paint Gaming, because the Mass Serpent Wards so over it, the colors must have just blended together so they didn't see the effect of the cheese. At least being there. So, Alright. Mistakes be made, cheese be left. Counting to 3 seems to be a bit of a problem tonight. So Klotz, keeping that pressure up the middle lane. Man with the double iron shells, it really does push this lane up a long way. And this is what I was talking about up on the top lane too. You could just keep this pressure in, and you find yourself in a trade-off position. NOT, again, they're going to try and fight this. The Gyrocopter now with Satanic to go along with his Butterfly, MKB. As well as BKB. And they come high ground. Barja misses the stun. Smash going to have some freedom to actually get the double silence off too, so no combination from Klotz. But then again, he was controlled during the last engagement pretty heavily. Get rid of the Rocket Boys. Focus on the Rocket Boys. It hits Barja anyway. But these ghouls are too far away. Now the Chrono's going to go. King Red and Klotz caught inside this one. And Gyro turns on the flag cannon. Look at the life points of pain just go. The buyback will come out from the Viper now. Centaur, Hoof Stomp, Sleight of Fierce Searing Chain. Able to catch out 2 heroes, but Smash's ulti is still doing work in this fight. The Ice Blast coming up too. Barja, the Leap Over will get the kill on him. The Ice Blast actually flies completely astray. The King Red back in the fight. Centaur as well, rebuying to be part of this. There are no more buybacks available, however, so it's just 2 on 5 at the moment. But at least the Death Prophet ulti is down. But they're calling the GG before the last fights even come up here. King Red will just say it's over. And that means we'll have a 1-1 result coming out from NoT versus Pain. Our next game coming up in a moment where DD will be playing up against UG. So the Peruvians being represented again. They'll be going up against Destroyers. We'll have ourselves a break because it's patch day. So we'll have to patch up all our computers, and we'll be back here in a couple of moments' time after this short break. So definitely stay tuned.